Good morning to everyone. Today we'll discuss about Middle English literature. We have already learned about the social and political background of Middle English period. So now we'll study about Middle English literature. Middle English language, though flourishing to a greater extent, Middle English literature was not so perennially attractive. They were not considered as high literature and they could not attain such value like Old English poets before the arrival of Chaucer in 1340. Okay, we all know that in Middle English period, Chaucer is an eminent name to hold the power, the sceptre of Middle English literature. But apart from Chaucer, there are some writings, some of them are anonymous, or some of them we know about something about the writer, not so much. But apart from Chaucer and his contemporaries like Langland, Gower, before them there are some poetic pieces and prose pieces we can discuss about. At first, there came the allegorical poem. Allegorical poem is a literary form where the poem has one surface level meaning and other underlying. And in Middle English period, the most important allegorical poem we can mention is the Owl and the Nightingale. It is a remarkable allegorical poem of this time. It was written around 1190 AD. The poem is written in the form of a debate between nightingale and the owl. The nightingale stands for the joyous aspect of life and the owl is for somber gravity. So in Owl and the Nightingale we found there is an allegorical tone that under the surface level of a debate between two birds there is some underlying or hidden truth about human life. Next, the distinct feature of Middle English literature is romances, that is metrical romances. And the most popular and innovative form of literature in this period is romances. These romances embody the ideals of medieval times, the age of knights, chivalry, nobility, knighthood. The romances can be classified into four groups. Let's see. At first, the matter of Britain. It deals with Arthurian stories, the stories of King Arthur and his round table. Tristram, Arthur and Merlin, Ion and Gawain, and Sir Gawain, Ion and Gawain, and Sir Gawain and the Green Knight are some of the notable romances of this group, the matter of Britain. Okay, and next come the matter of Rome, where there is the story and adventures of Alexander the Great, siege of Troy, etc. Then the matter of France, there is again a story of chivalry and romance and medieval legends. The matter of England, and these four matter of Britain, matter of Rome, matter of France, and matter of England comprises medieval metrical romances. So for our third feature of Middle English period, we should know about the alliterative poems. The major alliterative poems of this period are Pearl, Purity, Patience, Sir Gawain, and the Green Knight. But the authorship of these works are still unknown. These poems are written in West Midland dialect, not East Midland. Chaucer used to write in East Midland dialect, but these poems are written in West Midland dialect. And we already know that in medieval England, language was divided into various types of dialects. Now there is the chronicles. We have read about Anglo-Saxon chronicle of Old English period. In medieval England, again we get the name of some chronicles. Among them, the most important is Lam and Sibrut, or the Chronicle of Britain. It is a significant work of this period that linked early history with modern history. It is a long epic poem as well as the first historiography since the Anglo-Saxon Chronicle. It existed in two manuscripts. The first part was written after 1200 and the second part was somewhat 50 years after. It was largely based on O.S.S. Roman the Brute, which is again the translation of Historia Regum Britanniae written by Geoffrey Monmouth, a Welsh monk. And after Lamon's book, our second important chronicle is Robert of Gloucester's Chronicle. Among the religious and didactic poetry, the most important is Ormulum, written by Orm. And we know that after Christianity, religiosity and Christian preaching became the major influence on literature. So it is an interpretation of the Bible. And other poems of this religious group are Cursor Mundi, Poema Morale, The Prick of Conscience by Richard Rolle of Hampole, and Handling Sen by Robert Manning. Next came the prose. After poetry, we find that in every age, even Anglo-Saxon poetry and Anglo-Saxon prose, poetry came first and then prose, and even in case of medieval period, poetry came first and prose came afterwards. Ankin Rivale and the Azembite Inuit. These two names we get. And drama. Actually, the drama we mean today in the sense that did not come that time. But we can say that the emergence, the seed of drama was sown in Middle English period. And we can divide Middle English drama in three parts: mystery, miracle, and morality plays. And they all are associated with religious biblical themes. The Middle English period witnessed a growing inclination of religious dramas, fashioned and popularized at the hands of the church and monasteries. Miracle plays dealt with the life of saints, whereas mystery plays dealt with the creation, Adam and Eve Bible story. Morality plays deal with the virtue and vices of human nature, the conflict between good and evil. These are allegorical. Every man is an example of morality play. And now, apart from this mystery, miracle, and morality, there is another type famous in that time, that is interludes. They are short plays that were only performed in the houses of the more intelligent Tudor gentry. And among these interludes, there is an important name, the four P's. Here the four P's are what? Farmer, pardoner, peddler, and apothecary. And it is written by Sir John Hewd. Now, this collection of mystery and miracle plays are often termed as cycles. There are four cycles: Chester, York, Towneley, or Wakefield or Coventry. Now, Middle English literature was marked by a profound moral and spiritual touch. We have already told that. Because Catholic Christian religion was at the top and church was regarded as a supreme power even before the kingship. It also developed and patronized the chivalry and romance imbued in Christian values. Lyrical quality along with the allegorical overtone was a significant variation of Middle English literature. Too much inclination towards the religious trend most of the time confined the literary journey within the fence of church. And it is unfortunate to say that common people did not get much chance or any chance to be literate or to get the opportunity of education. That's why there will be growing inclination towards the trend that Bible or religious sermons should be translated into vernacular language and should be available to the common people. Okay, so in Middle English literature we find that there are certain trends, so we must revise that again. That is, first, allegorical poems that include the owl and the nightingale. Then metrical romances, and we divide metrical romances in four groups, in four matter: matter of Britain, matter of Rome, matter of France, and finally matter of England. Then there is the second trend, that is alliterative poems. In alliterative poems group, we include Pearl, Purity, Patience, and Sir Gawain and the Green Knight. Here in the chronicles, we include Lamon's Brut and Robert of Gloucester's Chronicle. And there is religious didactic poetry. And finally there is prose. And finally there is drama, that is mystery, miracle, morality, and interlude. So Middle English literature was mainly focused on these types. Next, in our next video, we will read about in details about Chaucer, the legend of Middle English period, and we also read about his miracle work, his magnum opus, the Canterbury Tales. Okay, so thank you.